So, hello everybody. Today I'm joined with Coach Morris. Coach, thank you for joining me. Do you want to do a quick little intro and let everybody know who you are and what you do?
I'm Coach Morris. I am the founder of Warrior Within. I am a mindset and performance coach, primarily working with elite athletes and performers. I specialize in nervous system regulation and language so that the clients that I work with will be able to master any nerves, doubts, and self worry and be able to perform without any fear.
Nice, cool. Coach, welcome. I'm very, very excited to have you here. So, to give everybody a little bit of context, me and Coach met each other first in January. So, the year's flown by, but it's been a very cool, eventful 6 months and we've made a lot of progress. So, yeah, just wanted to invite Coach on here just to share a bit about her experience. So, I guess, do you want to kick us off, Coach, and let us know, like, when we first met, when we first got on that first call, what was the main frustration that you were hoping we could help you with?
I think the main frustration was around I didn't have many followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
I knew that I had a message that I wanted to get out in terms of my philosophy and how I support clients and how I support athletes, but I didn't really know the best ways to do it. I didn't not only have I had the content, but I didn't have the methods in order to produce the content and how to really have the systems in place for when people are inquiring. And really, I wanted to get the message out there, but I was frustrated in terms of not having the real things in place to be able to do that.
Right, okay. And so when it came to just marketing in general, was it something you were familiar with or you knew how to approach, or was it something you just felt a bit lost with? Like, what was your outlook on marketing yourself?
I didn't really have too much understanding of the marketing, if I'm honest.
Okay.
Um, I didn't actually really know where to start with it. I knew what I wanted to say, but most of my work, primarily at that point, was literally referrals and word of mouth. So
Yeah.
even my clients were commenting around how to get some of this content out there so that other people could benefit from it. But in terms of actually doing that, I really didn't have really any understanding of how to actually put that into practice.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's really, really common. Like coaches like yourself, like amazing at what you do, great word of mouth because you're so good at what you do, but then there's just that stuckness and that frustration around marketing. And obviously like I said a million times, like coaches are coaches, they're not marketers. So completely
Yeah.
get that frustrating. And so I don't think I'd ever actually asked you this. Maybe I did at the start, but had you tried anything else before in terms of like marketing or trying to find clients or doing things online, or what had you done in the past?
Not really. It was
Okay,
just
fair.
word of mouth, really. So, I mean, not odd flyer and things like that, but not anything that comprehensive.
Okay, so you've not done too much online then
No,
initially. No,
no.
okay. And so I mean, I'm gonna push your memory here a little bit because it was a while back. But like when we had that first chat in January, like what initially made you go ahead and take the decision to work with us?
This is a quite straightforward answer for me
Okay, fair
because
enough. Go for it.
there's so much in the market. There's so much, people advertising. It seems to be every second advert on Instagram, for example, of this promise around I can get you 50 clients and £5,000 in the first 15 days. And it just wasn't for me. I don't know. It just didn't seem very congruent. It didn't seem very genuine. And some of the way that was projected onto the screen for me, it just didn't seem the fit. And then when I saw your advert, it just it just hit a bit different. One, it wasn't so pushy. Two, it wasn't full of these kind of, if you do this, you're going to get this. And for me, it was when I completed the form and then you did such a personalized approach on my page that I'm like, hold on a second, this is a very different um, approach from what I've seen from the last 50 people that have tried to get to me to do some work with them. And what I think really resonated with me is at the end of that video, you were so clear and precise in terms of not putting a logo in, showing your face, and you was really clear in terms of I'm not 100% sure what your niche is, and I'm not 100% sure why some of this information's here. And then at the end, when you said, even if you do these 5 things, this is going to help you, even if you don't want to continue. And that for me was the buy-in, because those 5 things that I noted and printed out and did immediately within the first half an hour of doing the video, you could see the difference on the page already. So with that immediate kind of action and things that were measurable, you told me a task to do and the reason why I should be doing it, which wasn't full of lots of promises, which for me was the better fit. I've never had somebody, in my experience, go through something so personalized that that's what kind of hooked me in. And I thought, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about.
No, I appreciate that. And I guess just to give everyone watching some context, I was doing like social media audit ads for coaches and just showing them where they could tidy up their marketing essentially. And obviously that's what coach received for me. But again, really appreciate your feedback on that. And so when you first signed up with us, what were the main outcomes that you were looking to achieve with the coaching evolution and Evolute?
Well, primarily more followers
Yeah.
and and primarily work to be able to to support more athletes,
Yeah.
um, to increase the followers and to understand much more around what to do about that.
Mm.
So it sounds quite straightforward, but when you actually go through what you do, it's so comprehensive that you start thinking there's a lot more to this, and this is the kind of the holes that needed to be plugged really. And
Yeah.
then the more that I was learning going forward, the more I was thinking, okay, so these are the bits that other people might be doing or the bits that I'm missing out on. So primarily it was to get more clients, but really it was about getting my knowledge out there and my experience out there and my ethos out there, just
Mm.
so that it can genuinely help people who are really struggling in their performance around performance anxiety and nerves and self-doubt and worry. So ultimately more clients, but also getting the message out there.
Yeah. No, and I think that's anyway, with your marketing, that's the best way to approach it is to like bring value to your audience and build that trust and connection with them. But yeah, I think it was really cool with you. Like before we even turned the ads on, solely by just really getting clear on the marketing message, on the avatar and building that content, you had some pretty cool feedback and results from it. So I guess do you want to take the floor and let us know what was the turnaround for you when you started really getting that messaging correct and that marketing out there?
Well, firstly, was the feedback from my existing clients, which I
Yeah.
think is also very important. So that the feedback from them was particularly some people that have been with me for quite a while was, thank God everyone else can listen to what we're saying now. Like, but
Yeah.
I've been talking about you for the last 10 years, and now people can access what you're saying, and they've been sharing their knowledge and the videos, etc. And that part was just being so important. But in terms of just the generation of opportunities, really, I mean, I've signed a good handful of clients. I'm off to present at a martial art mastermind on this Sunday for martial arts instructors. I've been approached by a semi-pro football team, and that's just from the content of the videos.
Wow.
So, and also people, which I think is really good as well, is the curiosity, because I don't view mindset the same as a lot of other mindset coaches. And it's generating really good conversations. So
Mm.
people in different sports are contacting me and saying, can you explain that part a little bit more? In fact, I had two inquiries this morning, and that's going to lead to a discovery call. And it's just the being able to present the information before the people have even if they've heard of me, they're now going, okay, I've heard of you, and now I'm understanding what you're doing. So
Yeah.
instead of like second, third party, people are actually contacting me going, I've seen you around, I've seen you at events, I've seen you working with these people, and I know this and this. But now I'm understanding, and this is the fit for my team, or I've got somebody that's struggling with this. So yeah, I can see the kind of wave coming already of just the content of just the videos.
Yeah, and massive, massive, massive congratulations on that because genuinely, like my whole thing's adverts, right? And you've been able to do what you've just done without without adverts solely by getting your messaging clear, by getting your marketing clear. So it's a massive step in the right direction for you. And yeah, I think the key point you said earlier as well was like you are an expert at what you do. Your clients see how good you are at what you do, and they just no one was seeing you in that light online, and literally just by putting yourself out there in the right way and getting your message out there and showing your knowledge and expertise. I mean, you've got the people coming to you, and like you said, you've got the opportunities and you've got doing the talks, and so genuinely very well done because you had all the information and knowledge sitting there. It's just about getting it out there to the world. So I guess for you, like, how have you found that? How has that impacted you personally to be able to do that? Because I feel like in a way, like you were sitting on a gold mine in terms of you had all the great results. You'd worked with amazing clients. You knew everything you were saying, but you just no one was seeing your worth or how good you were. So for you, how have you felt after that?
It's nervous at the beginning.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And then, with your support and your guidance, which is the other part of this, is, the mindset coach was a little bit apprehensive of, kind of sharing some, because they are my own thought processes. So, and we know how social media can be. But with your guidance, it was so clear on kind of the coaching around how to present this and the ways to present it. Once they started to go out, it was like, okay, like I'm not hitting, 100 million views at all. But those little trickles, that some of the videos are like getting quite a higher views and some not so much, and that's okay. But it's just about getting that out there, and they do become easier. And then I got a bit more controversial, and then I started to kind of go, okay, coach has got something to say. So I would get some messages from my clients going, "Go on, coach, you got this. Tell them what we all know."
yeah,
So it's been quite refreshing actually to kind of put it into place, into a structured place that people will be able to access. But the other part, Alexi, I would like to say that I think the most important part was that first part with you, with the questions and laying the foundation.
mm.
And the part of that process, for me personally, was mind blowing, because I kind of thought I was doing this, and then aren't really taking the time to set that foundation and set that has made the videos easier, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
I can see the sequence of events, but yes, I have to say I'm going to say I semi enjoy doing them because I think it's important to get the message out there.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. And yeah, I think like we said, like you had it all there. It was just about getting it out there and then people saw it and the results have spoke for themselves. But it is really cool. Like I say, my whole thing is the ads and like you've just simply by building out that digital presence online, it's just meant the people seeing you have converted. So no, I'm really, really happy for you and it's been a pleasure working with you. But I guess for yourself, like what has been your favorite part of working with Evolute, working with me? What's been the best part for you?
Oh, the best part. Um, well, that's quite a difficult question. Um, Well, the support is second to none, because you're supporting and helping coaches in marketing. And of course, we're all coaches, so we kind of know the process and know the support and what we would be expecting from that for high level coaches. And what you just go over and above, Alexi, like every single time. It's any question that I've had, any doubt that I've had, any lack of knowledge, understanding. So I suppose the best part is to be generally to be coached by somebody who really really wants the best for the community, and you get that from the first second that you interact with you. And we're all a bit kind of figuring stuff out, and I didn't have to figure anything out, so it was quite what you told me I was going to get is tenfold, without a shadow of a doubt. When people go, I'm going to support you, I'm going to answer these questions, and you there hasn't been one question since we've started that you haven't taken the time to explain. Voice notes, sending me information, giving me examples, giving me visuals. All of that support has been amazing and possibly my best part because I've learned so much. The course is so comprehensive. I've attended multiple online courses in person. It's so straightforward for my ADHD brain, especially. I know the outcome, I know what you're doing, and also the community that you've created is just it's just amazing where different people are on the journey of this and how supportive people are and the honest feedback about things and your time on the group every other week, and it's individualized but for the group. So
Yeah.
that's quite a difficult thing to do within a community. And I personally think that you've done it. You've created a space that those people that have that lack of knowledge can ask those questions, and you just coach us through it. It's not like here's a formula, figure it out. You literally show us on the screen and you coach us through it. And I think that's exceptional.
Oh, thank you. No, genuinely that means a lot. And like I said, like yeah, I've really enjoyed working with you. I've really enjoyed supporting you, and I'm looking forward to carrying on doing that. But yeah, genuinely that means a lot, and I really do appreciate your feedback on that. So you may not have had any. I'm going to ask you anyway, just in case. But like initially, when you came on board, did you have any like hesitations maybe on the first call, or any particular objections, or you might not have, but I think it's a good question to ask.
I didn't have any objections. I think the hesitancy was around your accountability of me of doing those videos, because it probably took me as a mindset coach longer than what it probably should have done. And then, but you really was like, Coach, we're doing this. This is what we're doing. Okay, you're going to get this information out there. And your accountability of me with that. I think the first couple of calls was like, oh my God, I've got to do this by next week. And it was the initial bit was possibly a little bit overwhelming. But
Hmm.
once I got into the group, once the community and the Zoom coaching session starts, and then you start going through the process of the online course, you see exactly why you've done it. So at the
Mm.
time, it was a bit, the hesitation was probably, oh my God, I've got to get all of this kind of done if I'm going to do this. But again, once you're in the process and with your ongoing support, that hesitation just it doesn't exist.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's fair. It's a fair point. Like it is. I think when you start anything new, like it does feel a bit like, oh my God, I've got to do this, that, and the other. But no, I'm glad it helped. And now you're flying with the videos. They're amazing. Your messaging's great, and like you say, as a byproduct of that, getting people watching the videos going, I want to work with you. So amazing, amazing, amazing work. So I guess last little question for you then, Coach. I really appreciate your time on this. Who would you recommend the coaching evolution to? Evolute, obviously the business, and why?
I mean, that's a pretty straightforward question and answer, really. Anyone who is a coach who wants to increase their online presence, to be coached properly through formulas, to want to understand really how to increase followers and increase possibility of active clients, and also to be within a really supportive community. I would be recommending Alexi to anyone that's a coach that wants to take their business, even if you've got a really big online presence, just if you really want to take that to the next level, then this is the place, in my opinion, that you should be going to.
Thank you, Coach. Really do appreciate that. I appreciate you taking the time as well. And like I said, generally, it's been a pleasure working with you. It's been a pleasure helping you. It's been a pleasure watching you go from being hesitant on the videos to absolutely flying on them and just getting all your clients from your videos. So it's been amazing. But Coach, again, thank you so much for your time. For anybody watching, if you want to learn a little bit more about how the process works or what Coach exactly did, I'm going to leave a link below, which will be the first link in the description so you can check that out. But again, Coach, thank you so much and
Thank
looking
you.
forward to our continued partnership.